watandika nga bwajja neno idea nga interest yaffe twagala nnyo tumanye oli yandiyagadde otandika omulabi waffe naye akivaako atya kikyalaba ekyetaagisa okutandika
akati mu biseera byange nga nkyali muvubuka nga nankyali muvubuka nga nkola ku bya construction business nagenda nindaba abantu basula mu bifo nga bibi nnyo nindaba abantu nga nindaba slums kugamba ebintu ebyo nga tibisanyusa nyowe mu bulamu bwange
tubasa n'okugenda mu nnyankoleka oluzungu whatever is more convenient for you
in my life I was born very smart boy. I started now coming up into what we call organized settlement. So this organized settlement dictated that there must be planning, there must be land acquisition, there must be putting up planned houses, must be putting infrastructure, putting services like water and power, then planting trees and flowers. So all those, as was trying to put them together, they ended up making what we call a real estate. Yes. Every Wednesday, every Saturday, I buy a center page and I write story about the future, about organized human settlement. Then I would put artistic impressions of very nice homes with trees, with flowers. Wow. Then again write stories about them, then again criticize those places which are slums. Then I would bring what we call a feature, a planned settlement and unplanned settlement. And in contrast, people would they would understand that what I'm talking about has sense. And immediately, because of the contrast, because I would put a picture of a slum, a picture of a planned community, and then write stories, write good stories about planned settlement, then criticize and highlight problems.
And these stories you say were in newspapers, right?
Yes, in newspaper, center page, since 2000, up to today when you go in all the papers, the New Vision Monitor, on the center page, of those papers, you will find their stories written by, they were all capturing Akright on Wednesday and Saturday for a period of 2000 up to 2006.
Wow.
Yes.
And all that was money, because I would imagine you didn't write for free?
Money. No, free is money.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. You go, the library is there, you go.
Yes, we'll definitely have to.
Center page, you will find there Akright, about housing estate. It is in Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday and Saturday. Why I was making Wednesday and Saturday? I wanted somebody to read something on Wednesday. He prepares to come and visit Akright during the weekend.
Yes.
I would also make them Saturday, so that when somebody is free at home during the weekend, since we call it day, he can easily read, and then he would come. Actually, they did a lot of work because they really demystified the
barracks
negative mindset. And people started saying, hey, you mean real estate, you mean it's okay, Yes. Then things started becoming okay. Then I brought the diaspora. Actually, the diaspora market helped me because the diaspora market, for them, the real estate, they know that estate means this kind of thing I'm talking about.
Yes.
So for them, they quickly responded to this whole thing. So now when they started also coming to the business, then they started influencing the locals to appreciate real estate. Yes. And at the end of the day, all the locals started appreciating real estate. That was the word real estate started coming up as, real estate. So,
wow.
When you see now people talking about real estate, they don't know where it came from.
Yes. I can imagine the pride you must reserve as the pioneer of real estate in Uganda. Amazing. Now, which other forms of educational marketing did you use to push the concept of real estate, apart from writing in papers?
Writing in papers, and I also used the television. I would use WBS by that time, and then UTV. I think there were 2 TVs I was using.
Yes.
and maybe Record TV came later to join. But those two TVs, they are always running the advertisement, the show, the tea, the blah blah, everything, the landscape, everybody was all informed by the television. Then I also used the radios, Radio Simba, Radio Simba, it was Simba, it was Radio Simba, it was Radio CBS, CBS, it was CBS, Simba, and which other radio? There are many, about 3 radios. I was always on, talking about this and that, and they were playing a lot of, Radio Capital. Radio Capital played a very big role, or whatever, even Radio West. By that time it was called what? Was it Radio West? Radio West, yes, as well. So, all those radios played a very big role in turning around people's mindset. So that was 1999, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004. It was a hit on top. That was when real estate was catching up and everybody responding. Then 2005 is when we are preparing for Chogam. Then it became the real kind of stuff. Then the whole real estate became a serious whatever when the president launched Akright City. That was in 2006 when he came and launched Akright City. And then it became now, it became now a popular thing, and people appreciated and people started understanding what it meant, because it brought all the international characters, the local and whatever. And we got a very big publicity because the stories were all over the world. Here and the diaspora, on the internet, on whatever. And things started coming up, of course, with we used to have what we call the Facebook started coming in, all those, those
email technology based
started coming up and making things very easy. So, and I had so many technocrats from Korea, Korean architects. They which came and they designed all of this place. Together with myself, together with other team, we started, here and here and here. I had a very big team which planned this place. So that kind of international exposure. And of course, I also mobilized the diaspora because I'm the first person who launched the diaspora product. Who launched the real estate in the diaspora. And promoted it from the year 2001 up to 2000. I've been launching up to date. So I've been supporting them. I've been with them in the conferences, in that kind of stuff. And then the diaspora started also bringing in money here, there is reached a point when the government was realizing a lot of money from remittances from abroad without knowing what was the cause. Until when they went and audited whatever, they found that it was because of real estate. And it earned me a presidential, I think it is even here. It earned me a presidential
recognition, acknowledgement. This reads, this company was established in 1999 and commenced operations in the same year. The whole page is citation, President's Export Award 2004. And it was awarded by President awarded and signed by President Yoweri Museveni himself.
Because my mobilization created this country to get a lot of money from diaspora through real estate. And through the appreciation, I was given an award by the president. And so this is the kind of stuff. So the government benefited a lot from my mobilization, from my whatever from abroad. And now real estate started coming up. So now, when of course business picks up, everybody is interested in going into it. Everybody started coming in. I'm going into real estate. I'm going into real estate. Of course, I've been giving them blessing. And also my workers, who have been my employees, Some of them started also,
on the side planning their own real estate business. Yes.
Actually, most of the people who are doing real estate, most of them are my employees.
Wow.
Most of them. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying
majority of them must have got experience from you.
I picked this. This guy was being now the president of the real estate real estate agency, Wilson Agaba. I picked him at the university in the Netherlands. He was doing his masters. I picked him from there. I persuaded him to come and do real estate here. When he came, I supported him. He first worked with me as my marketing arrangement with a lot of skills from there. Then after that, he left and he started his own company.
Wow.
That one is my baby, so is my son.
Amazing.
My son, I mentored. So I get proud when I see
him getting into those mountains.
My people, my boys, my whatever. When I see them coming up, and yet I am one of the mentors, I feel very proud.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Mzee, as we talk about very many people entering the business because they were now attracted and exposed.
Yes.
At some point, we did see that very many people who had picked interest in real estate again started losing the trust because especially there was an issue of illegal land deals being entangled within the real estate business. How were you as Akright able to foresee and avoid some of these issues?
I think as a pioneer, I didn't get problems when I was starting because the land was still genuine. Land was still real. Land was still a product that was not a big deal. So I started getting land from genuine people. And from that time up to 2010, I am sure my land has been having no problem. But the land I had bought after 2010, all the land that I bought have been having a very bigger problem because of real estate started coming up. Very many people going into them. There was a lot of speculation, and the whole problem was compounded by Nantaba, Honorable Nantaba. When Honorable Nantaba came in place, the whole problem, it was like, I don't know, it's like he has opened the door for those kind of stuff. One, they created a situation where land grabbers, fraud, people who masquerade as grand whatever, started coming in, fraudster. Somebody disguises himself as a chibanja. He comes at night, he digs in your land, and he puts there, he buries a banana stem there. And then he makes the whole thing, then he says, this is my burial ground. And he says, there are my people there. And somebody will come and say, my burial. And you know, in law, you are not supposed to touch any grave.
Any grave.
Somebody claims a grave on your land. Then court has to take itself to prove. Now, these people connive with police. Police give them protection. And they say, you hold on, we are investigating. So, Kumbe, for you as a gentleman, when you try to give them that opportunity, for them they will do what? They will, for him, he will be changing his status.
Yes.
He will, the following day, he will start planting matoke, this is mono matoke, and some cassava. Then 1 week, 2 weeks, then the vijanjaro and cassava will have started growing.
Sprouting, yes.
So at the end of the day, the squatter state, the status is going to change. And where there was no matoke, there will be matoke.
Within less than a month.
When there was no whatever, they will be there. So what will you do?
Obviously.
Now, at the end of the day, you have the title, you have whatever somebody has masqueraded to be a squatter and is there and using the image of a squatter, and that's it. What will you do? Nothing you do. You go into court, then from court, then you fight. Then, and you know, real estate. When you go into real estate, you are not buying land for decoration. You are buying land for business.
Yes.
Now, and the law, and all the principles of the real estate business is that when you buy the land immediately and you involve the bank will ask you to line up your buyers. Before the bank dispatches the money to you to pay the landlord, you will need to see you with buyers. Now, when the moment you identify the land and you say, I'm going to buy it, and you find that everything is okay, then you deploy your marketing team to start looking for people who are interested in that land. And you must have reasonable people to convince the banker, for them, the banker to give you the money.
Yes.
So the combination of the two, the banker wants to see lineup of buyers. The buyers are interested in innocent people. For them, once you have said this is a land and they are ready to buy and you are there, so they will come and put a deposit commitment and they wait as you finish up with, because that's how real estate is supposed to be to operate. Now, the moment you line up the buyers and the banker comes in place, and then banker will be convinced and they pay for the land. Now, the person who will receive the money, if at all this money is fake, then you have two problems. You have the problem of the bank to pay back the bank,
to pay back the bank,
and also to compensate
the buyers who
have committed yourself. So you have two things, and you are left like that, and there is nothing to protect you. Not even there is no policy to protect you. You are there in the hands of the bank, in the hands of the customers. What will you do? So that's why now the story is different.
Yes, yes.
Now that's why now you see me, I'm quiet. That's why you don't see me going anywhere. That's why because after experiencing very many problems with people's land, I am in court because I'm in where innocently I'm a victim.
Yes.
Then I ask myself, why do I need to continue with such a business which is risky? And that's why now for me, as I talk now, I'm not doing any new business. I'm consolidating already what I have done.
Yes.
I can't buy new land. I can't go into new project. I am only finishing up my project.
Wow, wow.
And the real estate, that's why that puts me in a position of saying that real estate now, at the moment where it is in a bigger problem. Because you see, real estate, the success of real estate is as a result of speculation.
Yes.
You must speculate. If there is no speculation, if there is no saying, the place is going to increase the price.
Develop with time.
And if there is nothing like a future speculation, then that real estate can't take place. Because real estate is going into buying a property with the hope to benefit in future.
Yes.
Now, if there is no such a kind of speculation, when you start fearing the land, that I might lose my money if I put into the land, then infinitely that is killing the market.
Wow.
So it becomes a problem.
And I think if I get you right, you are saying if you are not ready to take risks, then real estate is not the business for you. Because you're not sure whether it is there, but you have the hope that with time it is going to develop and appreciate.
Currently, actually, is a problem of real estate as a business. If you are looking for a business for purposes of as an investment, where you earn from it, at the moment I can't tell you it's not a business. It's not. But if you are going there for purposes of buying a property, maybe for keeping your money as a saving, you can save with it. With time, things will normalize and you can pick up. If it is for saving, that is okay. If it is for saving, yes, and maybe personal consumption.
Yes.
I want to buy a plot, I want to put up my own house for my personal consumption. That one is okay.
I want to grow my trees.
I want to grow my trees, my whatever. But real estate, in terms of maybe more especially residential estates, it's not a good business.
Thank you, Mzee. Now, as we finalize this issue of legality of land, how would you advise our viewer who would want to get into real estate in terms of identifying legal land, avoiding the same problems you've been in? How would you advise them to avoid those problems of land and its legality?
Real business, real estate, is very, very, very risky here in Uganda, where the question of Milo land, which accommodates people as Banja people. It's a bad business. But if you are doing real estate outside of Uganda, where the word Milo does not exist, then it's somehow, because you cannot, in other places, there is no there is no Milo, and there is no Chibanja. No, you cannot. You either have your land. If it is Chibanja, it means you are owning it 100%. Yes. You cannot squat on somebody's land in other places because it is customary owned or leased by government or by whatever. So there's nobody who will come and sit on you or squat on your land. It is only in Uganda where somebody comes from nowhere and says Ndi wa Chibanja. And so the boundary. You see, what I'm saying, the word Chibanja is ambiguous.
Yes.
It has no end, it has no beginning. And it becomes difficult to fight it. It becomes difficult to define it. It becomes difficult to,
argue in courts over this issue.
It comes and somebody comes depending on which approach he has used it. So because of that confusion in whatever, that makes real estate in Uganda become a problem. But real estate in other places, it is okay. Wow. Because land, you are sure of land in other places. Take an example in Barara. You can't say Chibanja on somebody. No, there is no Chibanja. You either have it. If you are there, it is your land.
It is your land.
You can't say I am there as a Chibanja person and then there is owner. No, that one is not there. Wow. You can't say I am a Chibanja person in Ugulu. You can't say I am a Chibanja person in Arua.
In Bunyaruguru.
You can't. That one can't happen. So, but here in Uganda, somebody, third person will come and have a claim on that land. And it will get a lot of problems in solving it. And it is because really real estate here in Uganda, its problem is all about that. You cannot be very sure whether that land is genuine or not. And it's because of that that ambiguous, that unclear position of the whatever
of the status of the land.
Is making very many questions whether what the land I'm buying is a genuine land or not.
Yes.
The government, you can see it is in the papers today, whereby they are fighting, they are trying to build a satellite city on somebody's land who is claiming it all. So at the end of the day, who is the owner? Is it the government or the other person? Now if it's the other person, so what is going on? How are they going to do
And
it?
at what point do you fault the government?
Now, and you cannot have an satellite city unless you have invited the buyers, the consumers of the product. Now, if you invite me as a government to come and be part of this satellite city, how sure am I that really this land is genuine and whether there is somebody claiming it? So that satellite city has a problem. It can't take off because there is somebody questioning the stuff.
Yes.
Much as the government might be right, yes, you're getting me, but at the end of the day, the fact that there is somebody who is putting a claim over it, whether genuine or not genuine, it is affecting my interest. Are you getting my point?
Yes, I do.
I am looking at a situation where this thing is going to have a problem. How many satellite cities have been started or commissioned, launched in Uganda? There are many which have been launched, but how many have been commissioned?
None that I know.
So it is only, let me tell you, for us we are lucky.
Yes.
I'm not saying that we are special in whatever, but we are saying it is luck.
For Akright City
to become a success.
Yes.
Because there are certain things that they cannot claim to be whatever. Those came and found me here and gave me good luck. One, you can see the express highway in Tebe is sandwiching me. Yes. There is this road, they are putting me another road there. Naturally, you see, geographically, I am
well positioned. Yes, strategically positioned. Yes.
They are bringing the Kampala offices of government offices to my nini here. Wow. So people who will be working there, they need homes. Here I am. Yes. So I think. So another thing, I am on the peninsula. I am surrounded by water. Yes. It is the only place here on Entebbe Road in whatever. This place in Entebbe Road where we are now. For us, we are in the peninsula because when you see this way, there is water. Here there is water. Here there is water. So we enter the water. We are in the peninsula.
Yes.
So we enjoy the environment of cool breeze.
Yes.
And you can't find it anywhere. For us here, what you find, we are always with fresh air. We're always with fresh air. And then the fact that we are also on the between international airport and the capital city, that one also, that geographical location also gives us, and also we are near the equator. The equator, when I stretch my arm like this, I can touch the equator because it passes here. close there.
Wow.
Hey,
Amazing.
it's not very far from here to touch the equator.
Amazing.
Hey. So
Amazing.
I think you are getting my point.
Yes, I am.
So by those ones are making Akright unique. And because of that, I've added an advantage to make it succeed. But then, and another thing, this one being private, not involving any government. Of course, has supported us. Government gave us around 3.2 kilometers of tarmac, but the rest, of course, we have done it by ourselves.
Yes.
But that support also has been an advantage to
Akright City.
Has been an advantage to Akright City.
Yes.
And that's why it has become a successful. That's why it's a success story. That's why it has become a success story.
Yes.
But it has not been easy thing. There are many challenges we went through. Getting water from national water, which was also a problem. Getting power from very far. Power we are getting it all the way from Olboa. Water we are getting it all the way from Entebbe. So you can see, being able to pull water up to this place, we need whatever. And also to make a road network equivalent to about 56 kilometers. When you add up all these kilometers in this essay, it's about 56 kilometers.
All on the account of Akright City?
Yes, on the account of Akright City. And by ourselves.
You know, I was when we were talking to Bernard this morning about the challenges that are faced by the real estate industry in Uganda. He did put a lot of emphasis on the government, the lack of government participation in this in these infrastructure developments.
Yes.
But of course, if you talk to me, if you tell me that the government of Uganda has only provided about 3-point-something kilometers of road,
after inviting the president.
After inviting the president,
if you are not invited, the government president don't have got it. But we, because the president, when he came here, he launched, he gave us that opportunity and he became whatever.
Well, that's quite unfortunate. I hope at the end of the day you can make some recommendations for government in as far as getting involved in these investments is concerned.
Yes.
Now, moving on, you've already mentioned some risks that are in real estate.
Yes.
Could you briefly tell us how you mitigate them? How do you reduce them for better results?
First of all, let me first tell you the problem is, which I don't think others have faced as pioneers. But, and for us, we've managed to do whatever. One, being able to borrow money from the bank. First of all, there were no mortgage financing. It is us together with DFCU that we launched a partnership. That we launched a partnership in establishing a mortgage. What is this here? Or is this what? Oh, no, I don't have it in here. So, in other words, by the time we started, there was no mortgage financing apart from housing finance, which was giving finance to only people who are buying properties from housing, from national housing.
Yes.
So as far as public is concerned, they had no opportunity, or private developers had no opportunity to touch that money. So we launched it with DFCU. Then we also, with DFCU, DFCU managed to enroll the construction funding. And we were the first people to benefit from that. Then we started influencing other banks also to put this thing on. So those are, of course, through influence. We didn't bring it because we were convincing them, giving them this, supporting them, doing like that, until when they said, let's go, let's test. And when it started, now you can see mortgages now are on board.
Yes.
So there were no construction funding, no mortgage. So now mortgages are available. Point number two, there was no market for a property outside Muyenga, where people were not ready to buy very far from Kampala for anything like a property. But through educational marketing, we convinced them, we started, now people now have appreciated that I can even buy a property in PG or Basaka. I don't mind about Kampala. So the distance is no longer now a problem, but it used to be a problem. So it's no longer there.
The issue.
So another thing is that the market Of course, the market now are responding, appreciating the product now, so it is no longer a challenge. The issue of land, buying land and having issues here and there.
Yes.
We have battled so many wars in land here in court, in Kamweya, negotiation, settling a settlement out of court. We convince people, we say, if somebody was trying to grab 10 acres, we convince him, we say, okay, now, if you are grabbing our land 10 acres, let's share. Take 5 acres, let's take 5.
Yes.
We use 5. We win with 5. At times there is when we lose completely.
Yes.
But there is when we agree, take some, we win with some. So those are problems and solutions.
Yes, yes.
Then others have been partnership, and people here in Uganda are so greedy. You start something, at the end of when you reach somewhere, somebody wants
the
to
partner
go,
jumps off board,
and then it's viewed two problems. So all those also have been problems. When we have been in court here, we negotiate here, we settle here, something like that. Then people also, whoever would become a victim of our land, would compensate them, of course, heavily. Would compensate them, and all would settle them. He would lose the land, we would lose the land here, and we go and take him to another estate which has no issues. There, we started. So those are what has been a problem on land and how we have been solving it.
Yes.
Then banks have been, because when we went into all these problems, as I've told you, the banker would give you the money. The moment you go into wrangles,
yes,
the banker is the first one to record the loan. The banker is recording the loan when you have nowhere to get the money. Because you mortgaged the property which they have purchased for you as a collateral. Now that property has developed issues which are third parties, and they have come at a time when the money is already having the mortgage. And the buyers cannot come. All who have come, they are recalling back their money. So now the bank records the loan and say, we are no longer going with you because you do pay us the money. Now, when the bank records the loan, they started pushing you to go and sell other properties elsewhere to be able to pay. Are you getting my point? Yes. So now banker is pulling you here, and even the buyers, after they also want their money back, they also want their money back. So now you are having this one, you are having that one, you are having this. So at the end of the day, what happens? Obviously. So the best way, you go and sell off other properties, or you mobilize money somewhere else, or you go to another another banker, you negotiate with them, you mobilize money. You know, mobilization, you mobilize maybe even from money lenders. You know, that's sort of a problem because it becomes a bigger problem. When you are in when you are in catch 22, where the bank has recorded their own, the bank has recorded their own, and the depositors
also need their
also recording their interest.
Yes.
Now you are in catch 22. You must pay the bank. You must pay that kind of stuff. And there is one time when I heard about 11 loans. I think they recorded around 11 loans. I think it's about, is it 11 or 9? I can't remember. They were called in a period of not more than 6 months. All banks recalled.
Okay.
There is a time I think what happened. Then the banks started saying, recording, then the people also started recording, demanding their money from them. So we are stuck. We cannot get the money from the bank because banks now have recalled, and not any other banker can give us. When banks have recalled, you know they know each other. The moment they recall, the other banks also know. Nobody can give you the money. Now, and yet they want the money.
Yes.
Now the buyers also want their refund. So what happens? Are you getting my point?
Yes,
so that is catch 22, where you use the wisdom of the natural wisdom, and indeed, see how we do it.
Yes,
one, you must concentrate. You must engage your customers. Engage them one on one. You talk with him. This is the problem,
and be open to them. Tell them the truth.
Let them choose. Some of them force you at times to talk like a politician. There is, you have to use all the angles,
the negotiation tactics,
the weapons. Yes. There are some people who believe when you talk like a politician. There are some people who believe when you tell them the truth. There are very few people who want them to hear when you are telling them the truth. Very few people. But you first read. When somebody you find is really down to you, open. When is whatever, then you talk like a politician. even you promise what is not there. Are you getting my point?
Yes, I am.
So because if you don't do that and create space, because you see, the mind must be liberated. If the mind is hooked, if the mind is clogged up with
a lot of pressure,
and confusion, then you cannot solve any problem. So the best way is to unlock and clear and have space. Must create space to you to think.
And I want to think this is what set you apart, because along the way, we saw so many other property agents dropping off. The property masters was all over the news for such cases. And I think at some point they failed. Jomai at some point also failed to thrive in the real estate industry because of such similar court cases.
True.
And I want to think that the strength of a metal is tested by the test of time.
True.
That's why you have survived while others are falling off. Where do you think they went wrong? Did they fail to apply these tactics that you managed to apply and survive up to now?
First of all, me, I'm a tap-rooted person. Tap-rooted, I'm doing a business by passion. I'm doing a business by a lot of experience. I am now an expert, very expert you can bring in this country. When you talk about real estate, I know and I trust what I've gone through. Not even any professor can just challenge, give me any challenge on anything called real estate. Because for me, it's both hands-on, challenges here, blah blah blah. So I am. It is because of that that had made me rain with confidence. And also the tactics I've told you, whereby you own one-on-one. And then you make people understand you. Those who are willing to understand you. Those who are not willing to understand you, you treat them with a political language. Those who don't want, those who cannot understand the boss, maybe they want fighting, then you also fight. Because you can't say, I don't fight. You see, somebody gave you his money. Somebody gave you his money. And you know the truth that he gave you his money to buy a property. Now the property, someone else has come and is putting a false claim over it. And the bank has recorded the loan. Now, the bank wants their money and your client wants the money, but you don't have it. So what do? You have told him the truth, he doesn't understand it. You have used the political language, he cannot understand it. What do? You also say, here I am.
Also tough.
I know you and what, and that's it. But of course, bottom to your whatever you are saying, let me be managing him as
you solve out these issues.
As I get a position of solving this problem. Now, when you solve the problem, then these are the first people you call. You say, let's want to settle out of court. Now, when you look at our place, we have a lot of lineup of settlement out of court. Because we are settling out of court because these are the problems which have come inevitably, and we know our client is innocent, and now we have got a solution. So we can't allow our client to suffer. We call him, we say, no, we manage it. We got so many titles this way, so since meaning we can give you this title. You talk with the facts. You say, why are we fighting? Now this is the title. Hey, I've been fighting with you. Now this is the title. Why don't you withdraw the case? So that's the kind of arrangement.
I'm seeing a common character between you and the US President Donald Trump, and this is the negotiation, the deal maker. Because if I've got you very well, you use a lot of negotiations.
Negotiations.
And at some point you either have a win-win, a win-loss, or in rare cases you lose. And I think that's how you've done it.
That's it.
Of late, how are you able to run advertising of areas like Akright City? How are you able to get clients out there to know your product, especially given the competition and the illegality within the industry?
You see, marketing is a promotion towards convincing buyers. You must have a product, and it's very costly, and it's very costly. So marketing is a tool which you use for purposes of making an improvement in your business. Now, when the business is in turbulence, like the one I'm talking about, then you don't need to market. You don't need to call people. Why you call them for what reason? Take an example now. I don't need to market.
Yes.
What I did markets myself. My work is to concentrate only in solving those who have not going to be a victim of my business. I am working around the clock. I'm always in court. I'm always in land office to fight, to redeem people's properties, to fight in court, fight with land grabbers in order to redeem people's properties, and I give them to the owners. So I'm always fighting. So my concentration is on that.
Wow.
So the money that would be for marketing, I'm giving it to the lawyers, and I'm giving it to courts. You get me? In order to be able to redeem people's properties that have been
taken by land grabbers.
So there's no need for me to market. And at the moment, me as whatever, where I am now, you know, when I entered this real estate, I was a young man, very young. Not so much young, but at 36, no, not 36 years. I was, close, okay, call it 35 years. That's when I was, you know,
early 30s, basically.
Let me 35 to 45 years, that's what you call a golden time.
Yes.
You never had it in your life. When you miss any opportunity, when you waste any time within that time, you will never get it anywhere. And between 35 to 45, you are always energetic. You can turn around mountains. You can shake you can have the thing shake. You can feel that you can turn around everything. So even when I was talking about this, I went to a banker. I told him I want to put up a city. I want to build a satellite city. And he looked at me. I said, the young man said yes. The young man said yes. It's good to dream, but it's very dangerous to be a dreamer. But even after telling me, that never stopped me from what?
Fighting your dream, yes.
Because I had a lot of energy. I said, no, I can make it. I had, I can't imagine that kind of energy.
The ambition.
I had a lot of energy. I was looking at everything. I said, no, I can build and I can. The brain was telling me, no, it's possible. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Everything was, yes, I can. Now, guess what? Now I'm 56.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 56. And at 56, the brain is totally different. I am now risk aversive. The other time I never feared any risk because I was looking at everything as possible. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because I had not tested challenges.
Yes.
But now I've been thrown with, now that I have suffered from, people have thrown stones on me,
Yes.
I've fallen into the ditches, I've done into those kind of stuff. Now I think twice before I do something.
Yes.
So now that's why I'm risk aversive. And I can't see myself going into a bigger project like this one in future by myself. But I can, if I can do it with the government,
Yes.
partnership.
Yes.
So why should I, for me, go into a new project like this one? Because this project is as a result of sacrifice.
Yes.
Can I sacrifice twice?
No.
I sacrifice to make this project become a reality. I can't sacrifice twice. But if I'm to do a project like this one, because now I have more ideas, I have a lot of expertise that can do a better project than this one. But I can't do it alone. If I'm to do it, I have to do it with the government.
Yes.
The government should be a shock absorber. So when problems come, they hit the government, not me. Me, my work, I take my brain.
Yes.
I should go with my head.
And experience just that.
I should not go into this money, whatever. I should not go into these land issues. If it's the land, it's the government to pay.
Let government put its own surveyors, let them do
I don't
those
need
things.
to look for the lawyers. No. My work, I go with my head to the government and I start saying, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. But for me not to go there and start doing the way I've been doing, swallowing the whole of this, this kind of enormous kind of investment alone. I can't do that. I did this. It's because, and it has been successful because of personal sacrifice.
Yes.
You are getting me? And I can't sacrifice twice. So if I'm to do any project, which I know I have a capacity to do it better, like this Kasimodo satellite city they have been talking about, me I've already seen it.
Yes.
I know where the problems are. I know what to do. I know how to talk to people. I know how to press the right buttons to make it a reality. You're getting me?
Yes.
If they involve me as a consultant to be a partner, it is very, very easy this project to be because I know which button to press.
Yes.
But I can't go there to do it myself alone. No.
Wow.
Me, I've done this for Uganda and for my people. And I mean, I'm trying to justify why it was created. Maybe God created me to put up something like this.
Yes.
I've done it. I think I've done my part.
Wow.
I should retire.
Wow.
I should retire. Now I feel I should be now a celebrity because
yes, indeed. And you are. I mean, we celebrate
my
you.
work is to sensitize people,
mentor
them, inspire them, and that's all.
Amazing.
That's why when you come, you want to see me.
Yes.
I take my time. I'm at home thinking. All the things you see, this is a brain manufacturing, whatever.
Oh, this
when
is
I'm
your
here,
ThinkPad.
This is when I am here, my brain is working out.
Amazing.
Very, very well.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
When I'm seeing, that's why you see all these plants. These plants add energy to my thinking.
Wow.
And I can do anything. When you talk about real estate, when you talk about what, all those are, I know which button. I am an expert.
Recently, Rwanda showcased one of its greatest new developments, and that was Rwanda Visionary City.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, why don't we have such a thing in Uganda? Yes, the biggest cities we know are Akright City. The rest are just trying to crop up. There is one in Kakungulu somewhere. There is one that side in, I think it is Garuga. There is one trying to crop up that way. Why don't we have such a standard? About 500 acres of land being closed off from the public for about a year. And by the time they open them up, we have a city that has everything, the condominiums there, the hospitals, the churches, the banking. We have less than 3 minutes, but I'm sure we can summarize it.
The first project was Kirinya. I am very proud of that place.
Yes.
It was a jungle, it's a place with whatever. That is one of the estates. It's a successful project. It is fully occupied, and the clients are enjoying the place. Now, of course, followed by others like Namambe 1, Namambe 2, Namambe 3, then Lubowa, you here, then we have Namgongo, then Nasana, then Akright here, then is Nairo village also in Namambe, then there is also Park Villas. Specifically, those are the ones that are functional.
Yes.
Other projects that came up, but they couldn't take off because of those
issues. Yes.
They are there. We have Anansana too, which has many issues. We had a place called the diaspora, part of the diaspora, had some issues. We had what we call hilltop investment, also had issues. We had part of the European village, also had the problems. And many, a few of those estates started getting some problems. So, but the other one I've talked about, those, for them they are successful projects. The owners have their titles, people are enjoying, people are sleeping, and so it's a total success. But above all, this project, the Akright City, has been more of a success, has been very much successful. We criticize it, we package it well, then we look for investors. We look for funders. You bring your idea. After bringing your idea, we polish it, we package it properly. Then we ask for funders who will come. Because some people have money, but they don't have know yet whatever.
Yes.
So if you have invented this, you have done this, and you bring it, then we say, where do you have a problem? So as a consultant, so started the company, Akright Projects.